¿Cuál es su nombre?
Luisa.
Luisa. Mucho gusto, Luisa.
Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with another food review video today. We're going to go and check out another Menú del Día, which as you guys know is one of my favorite things about living here in Spain, the fact that you can get a 3-course meal with drinks and dessert included for around 10, 11, 12 euros. And we're going to go and check out another one of those today. I have to go to the metro and pick up Dave, who's going to be arriving shortly. Then we're going to head off to the restaurant, another local restaurant today. We're going to go into the local Polígono Industrial, the local industrial area. Somebody recommended that restaurants in these industrial areas are normally quite good because, as we know, workers working hard during the morning hours, hungry for lunch, and they want a decent quality meal for a decent price. So that's what we're going to do today. The first thing I have to do, as always, is call the restaurant and book a table. So let's do that.
Cocina Apolo, buenos días.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Es para saber si tenéis mesa para 2 personas sobre la 1.
¿A la 1?
Sí.
Vale, perfecto.
Porque la cocina está abierta entonces, ¿no?
Sí, sí, sí.
Vale,
Sí.
pues a la 1 se podría ser.
Sí.
Vale.
Venga, hasta luego.
Venga, hasta luego, ciao. So fairly simple, table booked. We're going to get to the restaurant at around 1 p.m. because I'm hoping to avoid the lunchtime rush. Normally around 1:30 to 2:30, the restaurants here start to fill up because that's when people normally have their lunch break. So hopefully we'll get in early. There won't be too many people there and we can get the Menú del Día done and dusted before the crowds come in. Let's go and pick up Dave. All right, Dave, how are you today?
I'm great, Stu. Thank you. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Ready to try another Menú del Día?
Yes, I am. I'm eager to try something new today. So
Hungry?
I am hungry. Had a small breakfast, so yeah, I'm hungry.
Good. Now we're going to go into an industrial area today. I mentioned that before to the viewers because somebody recommended industrial areas as one of the best places here in Spain to have a good Menú del Día.
Good. Well, there's not many industrial areas close to where I live, so I'm eager to see what one's like here in the outskirts of Madrid.
Well, that's the characteristic, that you have to come to the outskirts of a big city like Madrid here in Spain to find industrial areas. As you said, in Madrid city there are a few, but obviously on the outskirts of the cities where all of the activity takes place, and as you can see here we're in one of those areas now. Okay, now we're at the restaurant. Over here in the background you can see it, Apollo, and as I said, the menu today around 11 euros, so let's go and check it out.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Luisa.
Luisa. Mucho gusto, Luisa.
Encantada igualmente.
David.
¿Cómo?
David.
David.
David, soy David. Stuart. Stuart.
Okay, Dave, so in the restaurant, first impressions, as you can see, not many people here yet. The
No.
secret is to get here early.
Right, I think we've managed that. First one's here.
Good. The wait staff are friendly.
Very friendly. My new best friend, Louisa.
Luisa from Poland. And what have you ordered?
I have ordered the fabada asturiana
Fabada asturiana, good. Typical
Yeah.
bean dish from the north of the country, yep.
and the atún con crema de pescados.
Okay, you're going for the tuna again. All right, good. Interesting, interesting. I've gone for the hojaldre relleno de lacón y queso, which is a savory pastry dish, I think, which is stuffed with lacón, a type of ham and cheese. And for the second, I've gone for the solomillo ibérico, which is an Iberian pork loin in a stroganoff sauce. So hopefully we'll get some delicious dishes today. Now, Dave, the firsts have arrived, and I will say very, very fast service. What have we got there? The beans.
This is the beans from Asturias.
Yep.
That's a nice, looks like pork, tomato sauce.
Yep.
Looks very delicious.
Okay, yeah, so we've got pork, chorizo, black sausage, and beans. And as I said before, an Asturian dish. And it looks reasonable, I would say. Let's have a taste.
Very nice.
And as I said before, I've gone for the stuffed pastry. You can have a look at it here on the plate. Stuffed with lacón, which, as I said, was a type of ham, and also with cheese stuffed in there as well. So looking forward to this. So I'll cut into this now. Let's have a look. Flaky pastry. And we can see there the different layers of the ham, the lacón, which is also from Galicia, and the cheese layer there as well. Let's have a taste test. Not bad. Also with a balsamic glaze on the top here, as we can see. Not the best thing that I've ever tasted, but I'm going to eat it. Now, Dave, when it comes to Spanish food, I'm not sure that we had this discussion last week or not. You've been to different parts of the country. You've been to Galicia.
Galicia, La Coruña for a week.
That's right. You've been to Valencia recently as well.
Right.
Canary Islands.
Canary Islands several times.
What's the best food area here in Spain that you've found so far?
Well, I'm a big lover of seafood and shellfish, so I'd have to say Galicia up in La Coruña had great selection. But also we found great food in Tenerife. Wonderful seafood there also. So really you can find good food all parts of the country. Some of our best meals were also in Valencia. So
did you try the paella down there?
we did. We went to one restaurant. We had to have the paella. It's kind of a traditional thing to do, but
Authentic?
yeah, we found a little restaurant called Casa Montana, which we really enjoyed. Had a nice lunch there. They had a lot of tuna, Russian salad, quite a large variety, but really nice place.
But the seafood in Galicia is the standout.
Seafood was tremendous. Although Madrid, you can get great seafood in Madrid.
Well, they say that Madrid is the main market in Spain where everything comes to because it's where the most amount of money is.
I've heard that the seafood market in Madrid is second only to the one in Tokyo
There we go.
as far as size and volume. So
Very good quality seafood, and Galician seafood apparently second to none. Now, Dave, the drink selection today, we were offered a bottle of wine with casera, which is like a type of lemonade to help with the taste of the wine. But you've decided to go for just a glass of red. I've gone for a bottle of water. Which one have you got?
it's the Protos.
Okay, from Ribera del Duero. Out of 10?
Well, it's pretty good juice. I'd say that's probably 8 or 9 easily.
And how much would that cost you in the States, do you reckon?
Well, you know, I got called out on the last video, Stuart, for saying that glass would be 5 or 6 euros, and a few comments were, you know, where can I find a glass for 5 or 6 euros? So this glass would probably be, depending on the establishment, anywhere from $8 to $14 in the United States.
And we're hoping that it's included in the price of the meal today.
We hope so. If not, hopefully it will only be another 3 or 4 euros here in Madrid.
Okay, Dave, first dish done and dusted. You've knocked it off.
I have very good selection of beans and meat. Very hearty.
Happy with the choice?
Yeah.
Good. I've left a fair bit of the pastry on my plate. Obviously, that's the part that fills you up the most. But the inside part was quite tasty, so happy with that.
Hola.
I speak a little bit of English.
Where are you from, sí?
Honduras,
Honduras. What's your nombre?
Grecia,
Grecia.
like country.
He's from Florida,
Oh, you're
Florida.
You?
Australia.
Also, you're Australian. You have a different accent.
Sí.
Well, we understand each other,
You know.
just like you and the Spanish people. Okay, now the second courses have arrived. The tuna there, Dave, similar to what you had last time, salad on the side.
Right. Small portion. Smells a little fishy, but
Does it?
hopefully it will taste fresh. So.
Okay, all right, good. As I said, I went for the pork loin, solomillo de cerdo ibérico, apparently Iberian pork, with chips on the side. So looking forward to tucking into that. So I'll start with my dish. The pork seems well cooked, maybe a little bit pink, but tasty. There's a sauce on top, can't really make out what it is, but not too bad. The chips, frozen chips, not freshly cut. Can't complain about that again for the price. What about you, Dave, there with your tuna?
It's pretty good. I've had better. Like I said, a little bit of a small portion. The sauce is not too bad. It's not a whole lot of flavor, but
Can you describe the sauce?
I guess this is a little sweet pepper sauce.
Looks like a gazpacho. I think my sauce is like a mushroom sauce, which is fairly typical with pork. It's mushroom season, of course, in Spain. And I think it adds to the dish. Decent size serve, do you think, or a bit light?
It's a small lunch serving, but
Small?
there again, that's a big difference between Spain and the United States is the size of the portions.
Then again, you had that big bean plate before
I
as
did
well.
have that big bean plate, so I won't be going hungry later this afternoon, that's for sure.
Now, we got picked up on our lack of adjectives to describe food last time, Dave. Apparently, we used the word tasty too often.
That's
So I've got a list of different adjectives to use today, but unfortunately, I can't really find one that would describe the food. I think tasty is an adjective that we could use to describe the food, but I wouldn't really say it was delicious. I wouldn't say it's mouth-watering. I would say that it's fairly stock standard.
yes, very average, nothing special by any means.
We'll do a list of the different points at the end of the video like we did in the last one and see, but I don't think we're going to get the same scores as we did in the last post.
Well,
Even though there's no flies here.
that's going to say the flies will not get a good score today, luckily.
All right, Dave, dessert time. You've gone for the fruit salad,
I have.
Macedonia de frutas.
Yeah, kind of a typical Spanish dessert.
Fairly common. You've got,
Mhm.
got there pineapple,
Pineapple, banana, looks like some melon, apple.
apple,
Mhm.
and fairly stock standard dessert here in Spain for
orange.
the menu. Orange as well. Okay, good. Looks nice.
Yep.
I've gone for the rice pudding, the traditional Spanish rice pudding, arroz con leche, and again it looks fairly nice. Let's see. Let's taste it and see. Sweet, creamy, bit of nutmeg on top or something there. Not bad. The dessert so far, for me, the highlight of the meal. Although I might be being a bit tough on the first two dishes, but nice dessert. Now, Dave, a couple of differences that you picked up on, especially when it comes to the food and drink culture here in Spain. One of them is the takeaway aspect at the end of the meal. You said it's not that common here. It does happen.
It does. You see it, and it's available, especially since the crisis now where they're trying to save food. But in the United States, the portions are so much larger that it's very typical for a person to take half of the meal or quarter of the meal home and have it the next day or feed it to the dog or whatever you want to do. But the takeaway box is much bigger part of the culture in the United States.
Yeah. Whereas here, normally it's if you don't finish eating everything on your plate, you leave it basically. Some people would take things home. I'm sure that they do, but it hasn't really been common in my restaurant experience here in Spain either. But again, you can do it. Another thing, Dave, is the tipping aspect. The bill hasn't arrived yet. We're looking at around 22, maybe a little bit more for Dave's wine. Not sure if that's included or not. I think it is. 22 euros roughly, maybe 23 with the wine, not sure, we'll wait and see. La cuenta cuando pueda. Now another thing, Dave, is the tipping culture here. Now, you don't have to tip if you don't want to. In fact, the last two restaurants that we've been to, I think the first one I didn't tip, the second one I might have tipped a little bit, but it's not part of the culture like it is in the United States of America.
It's completely different, and my wife, who is here with me in Spain, thinks that tipping is not common here because the staff is well paid, they have full benefits, their health insurance, everything is covered, so they get a decent wage and they don't rely on the tip as part of their income. It's nice to get it, but it's not essential like it is in the United States.
Now, do you leave a tip or not?
Sometimes I will, depending if I have loose change in my pocket or how much the bill is, but when you pay with a credit card, there's no spot on the receipt to leave a tip. So unless you have loose change with you, it's difficult to leave it on the credit card.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing here, that credit card payments have become a lot more popular since COVID, the pandemic, everywhere in the world, of course. And a lot of people are not carrying around spare change in their pockets anymore, which is my case today. So there might not be a tip left. But as Dave just said, people don't expect the tip. Some people might, but in general, they don't.
And I'll tell you, Stuart, some of the people who are tipped in the United States make huge money. It's not unusual for a bartender or server in a good restaurant to make $1,000 a week in
tips.
In tips. So
Yeah, well, I don't think somebody here would be making €1,000 a month. Did you say
a week.
a week? 4,000 a month in tips. I can guarantee that.
You've got to work in the right spot, high volume.
McDonald's.
No, McDonald's, I don't think they tip, but you know, a lot of the bars and restaurants in downtown St. Pete, for example, the servers make $50,000,
money.
$60,000 a year working as a server. So
Good.
yeah.
All right, Dave, now time to rate the restaurant. We've got price, quality, variety, speed of service, staff, friendliness. What do we got?
Well, the price was €11, so that's fairly reasonable. The price to quality, I give it a 7 to 8. Not the best quality, but for the price, it's not bad. Variety, I give them an 8. A lot of choices. Speed of service, definitely a 10. And the staff friendliness was definitely a 10 also.
And as we can see, my scores here. The restaurant name, La Cocina de Apollo, €11. Price quality 8 also. Variety 8. Speed of service 10. And also staff friendliness 10. Because the people that served us, one woman from Poland, the other from Honduras, and we had an interesting conversation with both of the wait staff here today. So happy, especially with the service here in this restaurant. The food, not bad, because the price, of course, influences it. Not the best, not the worst, but when it comes to price quality, again, can't go wrong. 8 out of 10, as I said. Now the only thing left to do is pay the bill, so let's go and do that.
22.
Okay, €22. Let's pay here.
With credit.
Yeah, with a card.
You want copy or
Please,
ticket?
please, copy and ticket. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Luego.
So there we go, the restaurant experience done and dusted. €22 for both of us, €11 each. You saw the review, not too bad. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the video out as you normally do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. See you in the next one. Hasta luego.